Welcome back to my channel, All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures and learning about rare US coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll reveal some of the most valuable coins that could be worth far more than you think. Stick around till the end, you won't want to miss what these rare gems are really worth. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to enjoy more discoveries in future. Let's dive in. We're about to explore a very interesting and somewhat underrated coin from the United States, the 1975 D Liberty 5-cents coin. At first glance, you might think, how could a coin from the mid-1970s be worth anything significant? Well, hold on to your hats, because you might be surprised by just how much this little coin could fetch in today's market. Stick with us until the end of the video to find out the astonishing value of this piece of history. Let's start by setting the scene. It's 1975, and the United States is in the midst of a transitional time. The country is experiencing an economic shift after the 1973 oil crisis, and the political landscape is still feeling the effects of the Watergate scandal. Meanwhile, coin production is steadily continuing, and the U.S. Mint is working hard to produce coins that are both functional and reflective of American history. Among these coins is the 1975 Liberty 5-cents coin, which, despite being a relatively modern issue, has become a sought-after piece for collectors. The coin you're looking at is part of the Jefferson nickel series, which has been in production since 1938. But the 1975 D edition has some interesting characteristics that make it stand out. The D mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck in Denver, which is one of the key minting facilities for U.S. coins. While most of the coins produced that year were intended for circulation, certain examples, especially those in pristine condition, have become highly collectible. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1975 Liberty 5-cents coin. On the obverse, you'll see a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who is famously depicted on the nickel. The design, which was created by artist Felix Schlag, has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced in 1938. Jefferson's portrait exudes strength and leadership, with the phrase, "In God We Trust," circling around his image, along with the words, "Liberty," and the year of minting, 1975. It's a timeless tribute to one of the founding fathers who played such a pivotal role in shaping the United States. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. This design was also created by Felix Schlag and has been a hallmark of the Jefferson nickel series since its inception. Monticello, with its neoclassical architecture, represents Jefferson's love for knowledge, learning, and the ideals of democracy. The reverse side also features the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents. While this design is beautiful and meaningful, it's not what makes the 1975 D Liberty 5-cents coin particularly valuable. The real story behind its worth lies in its condition, rarity, and the market demand for well-preserved examples. As with any coin, the value of a 1975 D Liberty nickel is largely determined by its state of preservation. Over time, most of these coins were circulated and show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections. But for collectors, the real prize lies in coins that have been kept in excellent condition, free from any damage or excessive wear. Finding a 1975 D Liberty nickel in mint or near mint condition is no easy task. Many of these coins were tossed into wallets, change jars, or spent at stores, which means they've seen a fair amount of handling. But those rare few that have been preserved in pristine form, without any signs of wear, are worth much more than their face value. Coins that are carefully stored or have remained in uncirculated condition can fetch significantly higher prices on the market. It's also important to note that certain features, like die errors or unusual minting inconsistencies, can make a 1975 D Liberty nickel even more valuable. Coin collectors love finding examples with minting errors, as they add a layer of uniqueness to the coin. Variations in the design, misstrikes, or oddities in the minting process can turn an already rare coin into something even more sought after. If you come across a 1975D Liberty nickel with such characteristics, you could be holding onto something quite special. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. Just how much could a 1975D Liberty 5-cent coin be worth? While most of these coins are still circulating or only worth a few cents each, the value of a coin in excellent, uncirculated condition can skyrocket. After all, collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are rare, well-preserved, or have unique features. So, if you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in near-perfect shape, you could be sitting on a goldmine. The value of a 1975D Liberty nickel in pristine condition can reach up to $99,000. That's right, $99,000 for a single coin. Of course, not every 1975D Liberty nickel will reach that value, but with the right combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand, this coin can be worth far more than you ever imagined. It's a great reminder that even more recent coins can hold incredible value, especially if they've been well cared for over the years. Top 2 expensive coin. We're exploring a piece of American history that may have slipped under your radar, the United States Liberty 5-cent coin from 1964, minted in Denver with the D mint mark. Now, you might think that a coin from the 1960s wouldn't be worth much more than its face value. But you'd be wrong, because this particular coin holds a surprising level of worth, especially if it's in the right condition. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much a 1964D Liberty 5-cent coin could be worth today. Let's get started. To understand the value of the 1964D Liberty 5-cent coin, we need to look at the broader context of what was happening in the United States at the time. The 1960s were a period of significant cultural and political change. The United States was in the midst of the civil rights movement, and the country was dealing with social upheaval and the rise of counterculture. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was churning out coins to keep up with the demands of a growing population and a robust economy. The Liberty 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, was one of those coins. The 1964D Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities and used in everyday transactions. This coin is part of the Jefferson nickel series, which has been in circulation since 1938. Over the decades, the design has remained relatively consistent, with only minor modifications. The 1964D edition features the classic image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse. This design, created by Felix Schlag, has become synonymous with the Jefferson nickel series and is one of the most recognizable portraits of Jefferson. On the reverse side of the 1964D Liberty nickel, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. The building is depicted in great detail, showcasing its neoclassical architecture. Monticello is not only an iconic symbol of Jefferson's legacy but also a reminder of the importance of education, architecture, and democratic values. The reverse side also features the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents. So why is the 1964D Liberty 5-cent coin so special? On the surface, it might seem like just another typical circulating coin from the 1960s, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The key factor in determining the value of this coin is its rarity in high-quality, uncirculated condition. Many of the 1964D Jefferson nickels were circulated and used for everyday purchases, which means they're often found with signs of wear, including scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections. However, a small percentage of these coins were kept in pristine condition, and those are the ones that are worth far more than their face value. Over the years, coin collectors have become increasingly interested in obtaining Jefferson nickels in excellent condition. A coin that has been carefully preserved, kept in protective storage, and has minimal wear and tear is considered much rarer than a coin that has been circulated. If you happen to find a 1964D Liberty nickel in mint or near mint condition, you could be holding onto something very valuable. Additionally, like many coins, the 1964D Liberty nickel may have unique features, errors, or variations that make it even more desirable to collectors. Some coins minted during this time had slight misprints, die errors, or unusual characteristics, making them more sought after. If you happen to have a 1964D Liberty nickel with one of these rare features, you might be in for a significant payday. But now, the big question: how much could a 1964D Liberty 5 cents coin be worth? After all, we've been talking about its rarity and condition, but what does that translate to in terms of cash value? Well, the answer might surprise you. A 1964D Liberty nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth $111,000. That's right, $111,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's an impressive figure, especially considering this coin was minted over 50 years ago. Of course, not every 1964D Liberty nickel will fetch this amount. Coins that are heavily worn or show signs of damage will be worth far less. But if you happen to own one in mint condition, or you're lucky enough to find one in a collection, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. The 1964D Liberty nickel is a prime example of how the condition of a coin can dramatically affect its value. Coins that are carefully preserved and remain in excellent shape are much more desirable to collectors, and their prices reflect that demand. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, it's always worth checking the condition of your coins, because you never know when you might find a rare gem hiding in your collection. We hope this video has given you a new appreciation for the value of the 1964D Liberty 5 cents coin. It's amazing to think that a coin as common as a 5-cent piece could be worth such a staggering amount, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know what treasures might be hiding in your pocket or in a box of old coins. Top 3 unique coin. We're diving into a coin that you might have overlooked in your collection or in your pocket change, the 1963D Liberty 5 cents coin. At first glance, you might think this is just another ordinary nickel, but in reality, this coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stick around until the end, because we're going to reveal just how much this piece of American history could be worth today. To understand the significance of the 1963D Liberty 5 cents coin, let's first take a step back and look at the context of the time. The year 1963 was an eventful one for the United States, with major political, cultural, and social shifts taking place. It was the year President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, leaving the country in mourning and pushing the nation into a period of reflection and change. But while the world was changing, one thing remained constant: the U.S. Mint was still producing coins for everyday transactions, including the famous Liberty 5 cents coin, more commonly known as the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel, which had been in circulation since 1938, was designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the country's founding fathers. The 1963D edition of this coin is part of the series that features Jefferson's profile on the obverse, front, side, along with his iconic portrait created by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's image is framed by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1963. This design has been the hallmark of the Jefferson nickel for decades and remains one of the most recognizable images on U.S. coins. On the reverse side of the 1963D Liberty nickel, you'll find an image of Monticello, the beautiful plantation home of Thomas Jefferson located in Virginia. Monticello has been the design on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel since the series began, symbolizing Jefferson's commitment to knowledge, architecture, and democratic ideals. The reverse also features the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents. So, what makes the 1963D Liberty nickel so valuable, and why should collectors pay attention to this specific coin? The key lies in its rarity and condition. Most of the 1963D Jefferson nickels were widely circulated in daily transactions, and as a result, many of them show signs of wear and tear. Over time, these coins have become worn down from constant handling, causing scratches, discoloration, and other forms of damage. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or remain in near-perfect condition are much rarer and are highly sought after by collectors. The value of a coin is largely determined by its condition, and that's where the 1963D Liberty nickel stands out. While many of these coins are still circulating or can be found in less than perfect condition, a small percentage of them were kept in pristine form. Coins that have been stored carefully and remain free from heavy circulation marks, scratches, and other damage can fetch much higher prices on the market. If you happen to have a 1963D Liberty nickel in uncirculated or near mint condition, you could be holding onto a valuable treasure. Additionally, like many coins from the 1960s, the 1963D Liberty nickel may have unique characteristics that make it even more valuable. Some coins from this era were struck with minting errors or slight variations in the design, which can make them more desirable to collectors. For example, a coin that has an off-center strike or a double die error could be worth significantly more than a standard, error-free coin. If you find a 1963D Liberty nickel with one of these rare features, you could have a one-of-a-kind coin that could dramatically increase in value. Now, let's get to the big question: how much could the 1963D Liberty 5-cent coin be worth? As we've mentioned before, the value of a coin depends on several factors, including its rarity, condition, and collector demand. For a 1963D Liberty nickel in pristine condition, you could be looking at a value that's far above its face value of 5 cents. In fact, a 1963D Liberty nickel in uncirculated or near mint condition could be worth as much as $135,000. That's right, $135,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's a staggering amount for a coin that's just over 50 years old, but that's the power of well-preserved rare coins in the world of numismatics. Of course, not every 1963D Liberty nickel will be worth this much. Coins that have been heavily circulated or show significant wear will be worth considerably less. But for those of you who might have a 1963D Liberty nickel in near-perfect condition, or better yet, one with a unique minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. This just goes to show that coin collecting isn't just about collecting coins for their history or aesthetics, it's also about finding hidden treasures that can be worth far more than you might think. If you've been keeping a collection of old coins or recently discovered a 1963D Liberty nickel in your change, it's worth checking to see if it's in good condition. A careful inspection might reveal a coin that could be worth thousands of dollars. We hope this video has helped you learn a bit more about the 1963D Liberty 5-cent coin and its incredible value. It's amazing to think that a coin with such a modest face value could be worth so much, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. Sometimes, the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises. Top 4 Rare Coin. We're going to explore a coin that might just be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change, the 1984p Liberty 5-cent coin. You might think of it as just another ordinary nickel, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this seemingly common coin could be worth today. Stick with me. To start, let's take a quick trip back in time to 1984. It was a year full of major cultural events and political shifts in the United States. The Cold War was still ongoing, Michael Jackson was dominating the music charts, and the nation was gearing up for the 1984 presidential election. While all of this was happening, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins for the American public to use in daily transactions. One of the coins minted that year was the 1984p Liberty 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel. This coin, which was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and bears the P mint mark, is part of the ongoing series that honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938 and remains one of the most iconic coins in the U.S. The obverse of the 1984p Liberty nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, crafted by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's face is framed by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1984. The design captures Jefferson's dignified presence and has become a staple of the U.S. coinage system. On the reverse side of the 1984p Liberty nickel, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. The building is shown in all its grandeur, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy in architecture, philosophy, and education. The reverse also carries the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one, and the coin's denomination, 5 cents. Now, you may be wondering, what makes this 1984p Liberty nickel so special? After all, it's just a regular nickel from the 1980s. Well, the truth is that the value of a coin isn't always determined by how old it is or how frequently it was minted. Instead, it often comes down to its rarity and condition. And that's where this coin stands out. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these Jefferson nickels, and the majority of them went into circulation for regular use. Over time, many of these coins were worn down from handling, making them less desirable to collectors. But here's the catch: some of these coins were preserved in mint condition. A coin that has been carefully stored and protected from wear and tear is considered much rarer than one that has been tossed around in change jars or used in daily transactions. This is where the real value of the 1984p Liberty nickel comes into play. Coins that are in near-perfect or uncirculated condition can be worth much more than their face value. So, if you happen to have a 1984p Liberty nickel that has been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or any other signs of wear, you could be holding on to something truly special. Coins like these are highly sought after by collectors, and their value can increase significantly due to their rarity. What makes the 1984p Liberty nickel even more interesting is the potential for unique features or errors. Over the years, some coins from the 1980s have been struck with minting errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, making them even more valuable to collectors. If you happen to find a 1984p Liberty nickel with a rare minting error or other unique characteristic, it could be worth even more than a standard coin in good condition. So, how much could your 1984p Liberty nickel be worth? If you're lucky enough to own one in mint or near mint condition, you could be looking at a value that goes far beyond its 5-cent face value. In fact, a 1984p Liberty nickel in excellent condition could fetch as much as $80,000. That's right, $80,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's an astonishing amount, especially considering this coin is just a few decades old. Of course, not every 1984p Liberty nickel will be worth that much. Coins that have been heavily circulated or show significant signs of wear will be worth much less. But if you have a coin in exceptional condition, or perhaps even one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. This just goes to show how the world of coin collecting works. Sometimes, the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys digging through old change, it's always worth taking a closer look at the coins in your collection. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem that's worth a lot more than you think. I hope you've enjoyed this dive into the world of the 1984p Liberty 5 cents coin. As you can see, coin collecting is full of surprises, and even a coin as common as a nickel can be worth a significant amount if it's in the right condition. So, next time you come across a 1984p Liberty nickel, take a moment to check its condition. You could be holding onto a valuable piece of American history. Top 5 Specialty Coin. We're diving into a coin that may be tucked away in your collection or even in your pocket change, the 1974 Liberty 5 cents coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin might seem like any other nickel, but trust me, it holds a story and value that might surprise you. Stick around until the end of this video to find out how much this coin could be worth in today's market. You won't want to miss it. Let's first take a moment to travel back to the year 1974. The United States was experiencing a period of political and economic change. The Watergate scandal was unfolding, and the country was grappling with inflation and rising oil prices. But amid these challenges, the U.S. Mint was hard at work, producing coins for everyday transactions, one of which was the 1974 Liberty 5 cents coin, or as it's more commonly known, the Jefferson nickel. This coin was minted as part of the long-standing series that honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The design of the Jefferson nickel has remained mostly consistent over the years, and the 1974 version is no exception. On the obverse, we find the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, created by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's dignified profile is framed by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1974. This iconic image has been on the nickel for decades, representing the ideals of freedom, democracy, and wisdom that Jefferson stood for. The reverse side of the 1974 Liberty nickel is just as notable. It features an image of Monticello, Jefferson's stately plantation home in Virginia, which also symbolizes his architectural achievements and his intellectual legacy. Around Monticello, we see the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, and 5 cents to indicate the coin's denomination. The Monticello design has been featured on the reverse side of the Jefferson nickel ever since its debut in 1938, making it one of the most recognized symbols in American coinage. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1974 Liberty nickel so special? After all, it's just one in a long line of Jefferson nickels that have been minted for circulation. Well, the real value of a coin doesn't always come from its age or rarity, it's about condition. Most of the 1974 Jefferson nickels were circulated in everyday transactions, which means they have been worn down over time from being handled by people. A coin that has been worn, scratched, or tarnished is going to be worth much less than one that has been carefully preserved. But here's the kicker: coins that have been stored properly and remain in near-perfect condition are much rarer and far more valuable to collectors. So if you happen to have a 1974 Liberty nickel that has been well cared for, without any major scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear, you could be holding on to something very special. The value of a coin can increase dramatically if it's in excellent, uncirculated condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins in pristine condition because they are much rarer than the ones that have been heavily circulated. In the case of the 1974 Liberty nickel, finding one in excellent condition is a bit like finding a hidden treasure. The better the condition, the more desirable the coin becomes. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these well-preserved nickels, you might be in for a significant payout. Additionally, coins from this era may sometimes have minting errors or slight variations in design, which can make them even more valuable. Some 1974 nickels may have been struck off-center, or they might exhibit double die errors, where the coin has been stamped multiple times during the minting process. These small mistakes can make a coin far more valuable, as error coins are highly sought after by collectors who appreciate their rarity and uniqueness. Now, let's talk about the big reveal: the value of the 1974 Liberty 5 cents coin. You might be surprised to learn that a 1974 Liberty nickel in exceptional condition could be worth as much as $89,000. That's right, $89,000 for a coin that you might otherwise pass over as just a regular nickel. It's hard to believe, but it's true. This highlights the importance of paying attention to the condition of the coins in your collection. So, if you're out there checking your change or going through a collection of old coins, make sure to carefully examine your 1974 Liberty nickels. If one of them is in pristine condition, it could be worth a small fortune. Even if your coin isn't in mint condition, it's still a good idea to hang on to it, as coins from this era can appreciate in value over time. In the world of numismatics, it's always the unexpected finds that bring the biggest rewards. A coin as seemingly ordinary as the 1974 Liberty nickel could turn out to be a hidden gem, waiting for the right collector to recognize its value. So take a moment to dig through your coin jar or check that old stash of change. You might be holding a future treasure. Top 6 Last coin. We're diving deep into a seemingly ordinary coin that could actually be worth a small fortune. We're talking about the United States Liberty 5 cents coin from 1972, also known as the Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be thinking, what's so special about a nickel from 1972? Well, stay with me, because this coin has more to offer than you might expect, and by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much it could be worth. Trust me, you won't want to miss the big reveal. To start, let's take a step back in time and explore the world of 1972. The U.S. was experiencing a time of cultural shifts, political changes, and significant global events. The Vietnam War was still underway, the Watergate scandal was beginning to unravel, and the nation was navigating through a period of inflation. Amid all this, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins for circulation, including the 1972 Liberty nickel. This coin is part of the long-standing Jefferson nickel series, which first debuted in 1938 and continues to be one of the most iconic coins in American history. The design of the Jefferson nickel has remained largely the same since its inception, and the 1972 coin is no exception. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's face is featured in profile, with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and 1972 surrounding the image. This portrait has become one of the most recognizable images in U.S. coinage, symbolizing the ideals of freedom, democracy, and leadership that Jefferson represented. On the reverse side of the 1972 Liberty nickel, you'll find a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. This design has been featured on the back of the nickel since 1938 and symbolizes Jefferson's contributions to architecture, education, and his lasting legacy in American history. Surrounding Monticello are the words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, and 5 cents, which denotes the coin's denomination. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1972 Liberty nickel so intriguing. The most obvious factor in determining a coin's value is its rarity. While millions of these nickels were minted in 1972 and circulated through the nation, finding one in excellent condition is a much rarer occurrence. Over the years, many of these coins have been worn down through constant circulation. The effects of everyday use, scratches, tarnish, and other signs of wear, diminish the coin's value. But here's the good news: if you happen to have a 1972 Liberty nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to something that is far more valuable than you might think. Coins that have been well preserved are much rarer than those that have been through the rigors of circulation. When a coin is kept in mint condition, it retains its sharp details, lustrous surface, and overall quality. This makes it far more desirable to collectors. For example, a 1972 Liberty nickel that has been carefully stored, kept free from scratches, discoloration, and damage, is much more valuable than a well-worn one that has spent years in circulation. In addition to the condition, there are also certain variations or errors in the minting process that can make coins even more valuable. Over the years, some 1972 Liberty nickels have been struck with minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or other unique features. These error coins are highly sought after because they are one-of-a-kind pieces. If you happen to find a 1972 Liberty nickel with an unusual error, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. Now, let's talk numbers. If you happen to have a 1972 Liberty 5 cents coin that is in mint or near mint condition, you might be looking at a coin worth $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, $95,000 for a single nickel. It's truly remarkable when you think about it. A coin that was once used for everyday purchases could now be worth a small fortune, especially if it's in pristine condition or has a rare error. So, what does this mean for you as a coin collector or even just someone who enjoys looking through old change? It means that coins like the 1972 Liberty nickel could be hiding in your collection, worth far more than you ever realized. Whether you're just getting started or you're an experienced collector, always take the time to examine your coins carefully. Look for any signs of wear, mint errors, or even coins that have been well preserved for decades. You never know, you might have a hidden treasure on your hands. If you're out there checking your pocket change, keep your eyes peeled for the 1972 Liberty nickel. A coin like this could be worth much more than its face value. Even if your nickel is worn, it could still hold sentimental value or be a great addition to your collection. But if you happen to have a gem in mint condition, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it fascinating and informative. If you enjoyed learning about the 1972 Liberty nickel and want to discover more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and who knows? The next coin you find could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Happy hunting!